Unit 17. The Collapse of the Mayan Civilization.
Now let's briefly go over what we know about the Mayan civilization. The Mayans emerged as a distinctive people sometime around the 5th or 6th century BC. They mostly resided in the land that's modern-day Guatemala, but their territory also stretched into parts of modern-day Honduras and Mexico. They created an advanced civilization, one that was, arguably, the most advanced in all the Americas. Let's see, what else is there? Well, they developed very advanced mathematics and astronomy. They even had the period of the Earth's rotation pegged almost exactly. Their cities, the largest of which was Tikal, which had around 100,000 people, had pyramids, temples, and palaces. They invented their own writing system. Finally, they had a hierarchy of nobles. But suddenly, it all ended sometime in the 8th or 9th century. Poof! Just like that, Mayan society collapsed. And here's the problem. Nobody's exactly sure what happened. It's almost as if, in certain cities, society just suddenly collapsed. There are several theories as to what happened, but no one has definitively explained why. So let me give you a couple of possibilities. The first is drought. Yes?
Professor Ravenwood, didn't the Mayans live in the jungle? How could there have been a drought in the jungle?
A very astute question. Of course, the land today is tropical jungle, but we're talking about a time over 1,000 years ago. Remember that during that time, we've seen a couple of mini ice ages go by. It goes without saying that it's highly possible, probable even, that the land the Mayas lived on was not entirely jungle. So that's one theory. Another is that the land became less fertile. Can you recall what I told you about their farming practices?
They used slash-and-burn techniques to clear the land.
Exactly. Well, that's not a good way to preserve the quality of the soil. Also, the Mayans didn't know how to preserve the land, so much of the best soil was lost to erosion. This would have led to massive crop failure. Thus, several years of famine could have killed off Mayan civilization. Additionally, and this is just speculation, warfare might have destroyed the Mayans. It's entirely possible that competing tribes bested them in battle. Additionally, some disease may have done the same. Remember that when the Spaniards made it to that part of the New World in the 15th and 16th centuries, they brought all sorts of horrid diseases which wiped out up to 90% of the local populations. That's another possibility. In short, we don't know exactly what happened. A bright, prosperous civilization suddenly vanished. Perhaps we'll never know the truth about the Mayans.
Listening comprehension. Number 1. What aspect of Mayan civilization does the professor mainly discuss? Number 2. According to the professor, which of the following did the Mayans develop? Number 3. According to the professor, how could each of the following have led to the collapse of Mayan civilization? Number 4. Why does the professor mention the Spaniards? Number 5. The following statements describe some causes and effects of the collapse of Mayan civilization. Put a check in the correct box for each sentence.